certain prophecies and they'll come true. Yes. Also, Prophet ﷺ made very distinct prophecies about the future. For example, he said these barefooted Bedouin desert dwellers, right? These desert Arabs living in the desert.
Oh, yeah, we'll get
right.
rich. Yeah, I know this. Yeah.
So there'll come a time where they will compete in building tall buildings. So the Arabs in UAE, they had no wealth until 1966 when they found oil, right? Specifically, right? Previously, there were individuals from Europe that came to UAE, Dubai, right? And they used to beg them for money. They were destitute and they were literally barefooted. Now, the Prophet Muhammad could have said the city Arabs, the Persians and the Romans, but he did not say that. He said the desert dwellers, and they were literally goat herders, right? He said shepherds, yes. So it is only in 1966 when they found the oil and they did not have the resources, and that actually occurred.
Right. I agree. I have no problem with this.
So if you're agreeing, then this is the truth, right?
No, because in Christianity there are also prophecies. There's also prophecies where Jesus said there will be many wars after me. There will be many who will come to kill you because you believe in my name. There's many prophecies. There's many. So it doesn't mean that just because you got a prophecy that means that is there are also others. You know, there are over 4,200 religions that we've recorded so far. There are many more that we've lost in time. You'll find prophecies. Hold on. You'll find prophecies in all of those books. It doesn't mean that is the one. In my belief, I don't believe that the creator of this universe is that egotistical that you must follow one book. I don't believe that. This is why these books are written by man.
What I say to you,
hold on, wait. You would agree that there's no book that is written by an entity, right? The Quran wasn't written by Allah, was it?
The author.
No, hold on. Was it written by an entity?
Okay, ask me a question, yeah?
Okay.
Allah is the author of the Quran, yes? He revealed it by the angel Gabriel, yes? But it was penned down by the disciples. But
exactly. That's my question. And
that doesn't negate
as well, both of you.
that doesn't negate the fact that it is not revelation. It is, the author is Allah, and the companions that was with the Prophet ﷺ were with him, lived alongside him, fought alongside him, right? Wrote down the Quran in his presence, yes? But the point that I'm making is that if you cannot speak about the Creator by yourself, that is coming from a place of arrogance. That you are trying to, or you're saying that the Creator would not send revelation, right? That he will leave you wandering blindly. That's not coming from a place of sincerity, that's coming from a place of arrogance. Why? It's because we need guidance. These questions of what happens after we die, what is right and wrong, what is the purpose of our existence, you can never get to absolute truth. It will only come from a subjective viewpoint.
I love that you said that.
And then from your viewpoint, morals do not exist because they are just subjective.
Yeah.
There's no purpose to your existence, because someone can say my purpose of existence is to become a footballer.
Yeah.
Another one will say the purpose of my existence is to be a basketball player.
Yeah.
Everyone makes up their own purpose.
Yeah, that's fine for them.
Therefore, it's pointless.
No,
life is pointless.
No. That's an assertion. You're now asserting that's pointless. That's their narrative. So if they believe that their sole purpose is to be a basketball player, that's their narrative. You don't have the right to strip that from them. It's all subjective.
Okay. Therefore, there's no truth.
No, you can't say that.
Atheists can say that there's no God.
Yeah, to them.
Okay.
To them, there's no God.
Either there is a God or there isn't. It cannot be God.
You not heard you.
Yeah, sure.
The atheists, that's their truth, right?
It cannot be truth.
No,
it cannot be.
That's the arrogance that
two truths.
That's the arrogance that you try to pitch onto me. You're trying to tell them that no, there is a God, and your way of life is not the truth. But you can't even verify your God.
I have. I've given you the evidence, but you're not being.
No, it's the evidence outside the book.
The evidence is in the book. It's in the Quran. I've given you evidence from the Quran, but you're not sincere enough to accept those evidences because you're following your desire. Now,
I'm following my moral code.
that
That's
you.
why I believe in African
Okay,
spirituality.
okay.
That's I got my own.
Okay,
thing.
now the
And I-
Quran says it's Surah Fussilat
This is why I
in
keep
the
saying
Quran.
outside of the book. You keep
The
giving
thing
me
is,
back.
I don't make up things as I go along. Okay, I don't make up. I'm a person that follows revelation that is sent by the
That's
Creator. I don't make things as I go along because now, if you say that morality is subjective, in your viewpoint, morality does not exist.
I didn't say that.
Because okay, you're saying that it's all
No, morality
subjective.
does exist, and it's all subjective. We all have different moral codes.
Okay, if I say killing is wrong,
Yeah, I would
right?
agree with you. But also,
Okay,
but
but
that
if
doesn't.
someone says killing is
Yeah,
good,
yeah, I know where you're going. Yeah, yeah.
then there's no
Great. So,
mediator.
no, exactly. But who says there has to be one? If someone on the other, when you go to Sentinel Island, do you know what that is? These are secluded people. If you try to arrive on, they will kill you. And to them, this is right because you're an invader. They believe that's right. But me and you are in the same moral. We have the same moral consensus. Where killing innocent is wrong, right? We gotta say we would agree, right?
We will say that.
But that doesn't mean that we have the standard of the correct moral. It doesn't mean that.
But how do you arrive at that conclusion? You have to have a mechanism. If it's subjective,
Yeah.
that you believe that morals are only subjective,
Yeah.
right? Then you don't have a mechanism. It's just an opinion.
Right. I agree.
So if someone says that killing a baby is good, isn't what I was saying killing a baby is wrong.
Yeah.
That is something that is in the scripture, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We can.
I don't even need the scripture to know
We can.
that.
Okay,
I don't
sure.
even need-
Yeah, because it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
But if God is saying that, then that becomes immoral because He's saying it's objective that everyone should
When you
follow
say
it.
if God is saying that, which God are you talking about?
I'm saying, in general, if
Again, no, you can't say in
the point-
general.
no, wait.
His God is different from your God. That's
Wait.
why I asked you which one.
wait, the point that I'm making, elaborate my point, yes, is that we have to have a moral foundation, right?
Who's we?
Is that if we don't have a moral foundation, wrong, right?
No, we do. It just
It's not-
varies
okay.
from yours.
Okay, if I say something,
Look, you've never seen a time on this planet where everyone is in consensus of a moral code. It's not going to happen. It's just not going
Okay.
to happen. We're all different. Do you understand that?
okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But the point that I'm making is that is raping subjective or is it objective?
Right. Now, subjectively, I believe it's wrong.
So you can.
There's also a door open where people believe it's right. They're
Okay.
entitled to it.
Okay, sure.
Do you understand that?
So therefore, it's an
It's going around in
opinion.
the world, man.
Okay,
in
wait.
the
Okay,
world.
so the point that I'm making.
Christians do it. Atheists do
Wait,
it.
wait.
You can't say Christians
Guys
don't
coming
do
in.
it. Christians do it.
The point that I'm making that you can never say that something is wrong because that rapist that raped the woman will say it is good for them. I don't care what you say. That I raped that woman.
Yeah.
I found to be nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my truth. So if everyone has their opinion,
Yeah.
and there's no this opinion,
Yeah.
therefore there's no truth. If like for example in China they eat dogs, right? They have a delicacy for dogs, right? And they eat them. It's part of their culture. It's part of the tradition,
Yeah.
right? I cannot go to China and say that you are immoral because
Yeah.
that's their
That's exactly. I agree.
that's the
Yeah,
culture,
yeah.
right?
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we would argue is that morality cannot come from me. It cannot come from a personal viewpoint because it changes from person to person,
Right. So who would it now come from?
and there'll be chaos. So then we have law.
There already is chaos, even with Allah, even in this apparently
No, wait.
world.
I'm
there's still
talking
chaos.
about a subjective morality. Yes.
Right.
So so it cannot come from me and you. Whatever you think is right, I might think is wrong. So it cannot come from us humans, right? Secondly,
Say that again. Morality can't come from humans.
it cannot come from me and myself because I cannot say that this is. If I say something is right, you say it's wrong, and then there'll be chaos. People just believe what is right or
I
wrong.
halfway agree.
Is that a person that steals?
Yeah.
If someone says I want to steal and pay my rent, right? From my logic
Yeah.
and my thing, I think it's okay. Right? You cannot convince him it's wrong. Yes.
Yeah.
A rapist will say I rape is good for me. You cannot convince him it's wrong.
Right.
So it cannot come from a personal viewpoint.
Yeah.
Because a subjectivity cannot lead to absolute truth because it's just an opinion. Secondly, it cannot come from society because it changes from place to place.
Yes.
So, for example,
Yeah.
if you go to America, there's a gun law, right? But in the UK there is no gun law. Yes. So therefore, I cannot go to America and say, you know what, you guys are evil, immoral. You have a gun law, right? Because the Congress Party will say it is part of our right to have a gun. Yes. So laws change from place to place, from time period to time period. Yes. Even in this country in the 1940s, you could you it was against the law to be homosexual. Yes, you would be stoned. You will be given you will be given shock therapy, and you will be given drugs because the experience of mental health issues. But now society had a paradigm shift, and now it has moral. So it has a moral paradigm shift. So, if it's only subjective, and that is the main point that I want you to understand, if morals are only subjective and they keep changing from place to place, from time period to time period, therefore morals don't exist, it's just an opinion.
No, it does exist.
Do you get the point?
It's opinionated, it's subjective. That's what I'm saying.
So killing is not wrong.
To someone else, he would say it. To me, it's wrong.
Okay, so it's not wrong. Yes.
When we verify the objective truth, to which we've yet to do, humans have yet to do that yet.
But,
we all have, you know, I was listening to you.
Yeah, sure.
We all have theories. We all do, right? So that's the beauty of African spiritism. We don't go to you and say we got the truth. We got our own thing. We practice it. You can do whatever you like. But time and time again, we have Abrahamic religions imposing that they have the truth, but they haven't verified their God. That is why we have all these subjective bubbles. Just like I said to you, we won't disagree. Hold on, we won't disagree that 1 + 1 equals 2. We won't disagree. We've done the homework. We found out it's 2. It's halas. It's finished. It's done. But we haven't done that for God yet. That's why we're all here going crazy, because we have not verified an entity. So he's got this book, you've got this book, and I've got this moral code. That's what we have. We haven't done it. We haven't verified it. You understand what I'm saying?
The difference is they believe that their religion is a continuation.
Wait, I'm not speaking to him. Yeah? It's okay, look, it's going to get ugly again. Yeah? I don't want to speak to him. Yeah? So I start speaking to him. We're having a conversation with you. Yeah?
No, that's fine. To you though. To you.
So you know, Quran says something which is quite powerful, because we don't believe you can get to God without revelation. It's that there has to be objective reality, meaning that has to be external from human minds.
That's a claim.
Because the thing is, if you look into this, you find that if you believe that morals are subjective, then you cannot verify them by the scientific method. You cannot verify
that will change all the time.
yes?
Yeah.
No, like you cannot see morals. You cannot see them in a microscope.
No, they're applied. Yeah.
Agnostically, you cannot make any moral claims, because it's just what you feel. So if I'll ask you a question, if humans did not exist, right, would killing still be wrong? Killing a child.
You're asking a human that question.
I would say yes, because
wait, how?
Because you know why? Because we ground our morality because of revelation. It's called the grounding problem. You have to ground your morality somehow. That is universal.
I'll ask you that question again. If humans didn't exist,
would killing a baby be wrong? A child?
No, he said humans don't exist. They're not here.
If humans do not exist, would killing a baby be right or wrong?
That question don't make sense. If humans didn't exist, that baby, you've removed that baby.
If killing would be child, that's the thing, that morals would not exist.
Yes.
Do you get the point?
No, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But then in this, so then you can. That's why without God there is no morality. The foundation of morality, it has to come from God.
No, that's a claim.
Do you get the point?
No, I get what you're saying, but it's a claim.
Therefore,
I'm going to ask
it's all subjective.
Which God?
Do you get the point?
But okay,
but you're not willing. You're not willing to take a step forward and say, okay.
No, I've already done that with my one. I've done that in my religion, not just your one. My one. I've done that. I've taken my step.
What's the evidence for your religion?
There is no evidence.
Okay, therefore, why are you following it?
It's subjective.
Therefore,
because the people before me, to you, okay, that's fine.
It's false, yeah.
You know, to you, that's fine. I don't believe that.
Yeah, so I don't believe in things, in subjective things that cannot be verified.
I do.
It's based upon desire.
You say that, but Allah's not been verified.
I've given you evidence. If the Prophet Muhammad is prophesying the future,
hold on. I've taken
that's
your
concrete evidence.
Let's say I've taken your knowledge of the Quran. Okay, I'll give it back to you. But I've got it here. I've got the hadith here as well. Yeah?
All right.
You have no knowledge of it now, right? Show me any other place where you can find Allah. I've taken your books from you.
But that's
Do you see what I'm saying? The
that's
only
not neither
reason
here or
why.
there. I follow the Quran because I can objectively verify it. I believe in objective truth. That truth is not just truth is something that you can access regardless of where you live. Islam filters morality. Yes. Yeah. For example, in the Quran it speaks about giving zakat. So every Muslim around the world.
This is the reason why I took the because you're bringing it back in there.
You get the point, yes?
I get the point, but again, I've taken your information on the text. I've taken all your text away from you. You don't have no knowledge of it now.
I'll give you some evidence. I'll give you a verse from the Quran, yes? It's because I've given you the evidence.
Creation. You keep giving me a product of creation.
So
I don't want a product of creation.
How did the Prophet Muhammad know that the barefooted Bedouin Arabs they would compete in
He's made a prophecy. A man
that is limited.
in history has made a prophecy.
Okay,
no problem.
that has limited knowledge and speaks about the future. How does he know this?
No, it's fine. Jesus done the same thing. Noah, all these people done the same thing. Noah done the same thing, right? They all done the same thing. That's prophecy.
Okay.
No, that's prophecy by man. I'm not interested in that right now. I'm interested
But he's
in the
claiming
entity.
that he's a prophet of the Creator,
No.
and the Quran is a revelation.
I'm not interested in man. I'm interested in the entity right now.
Okay,
How
and the
do we
entity
verify
saying,
the entity without creation?
okay, the creation is an evidence. Also, the Quran is the evidence as well.
You see?
But,
So
but you're
we're going
rejecting
back to
it.
text. No, I'm not rejecting it.
Yeah, yes, you are.
I'm not rejecting it because I'm not
Yeah, I'll
saying
give you- I'll
Islam
give
is
you
not
some
false. I'm not
verses.
saying Islam is false. I'm saying
You're
how do
saying
we
that there's no
verify-
truth at all. Yeah. So the thing is that if you believe the thing is that if you believe that morality is subjective,
Yeah.
the Quran is saying that if you disbelieve in the Quran and the Prophet Muhammad, then that person would enter the hellfire.
Look, if that's what Allah's got for me, then I have to incur that punishment. But again, this entity has not verified itself to me. It's not. Never seen Allah. I can't comprehend it. All I can do right now is believe that there's an entity out there. That's what I can do. But I don't know it exists. So this Allah.
I've already explained it
Say
to
again?
you.
But you need Allah to show himself. That's like
Of course, if these claims are serious, it's life or death.
Okay, now you're.
Because every book is making a claim.
That's what he's
Do you know what I'm saying? Every book is making a claim. Show me Allah that you exist. Show me. I've not seen this entity.
That is a very arrogant claim that you think
Arrogance
that
to you, man.
okay that you think that you can perceive the Creator with your limited.
I love that you said that.
Perception.
I love because again, I can apply that to you now. It's arrogant for you to perceive that there is an unlimited entity with your limited capabilities. That would be
How
arrogant
so?
because you're limited. How can you proselytize to other people about something unlimited when you're a mortal being yourself? Do you understand that?
Because I have. The thing is, we're going around in circles. The thing is, we're going in circles because I give you the evidence that things are organized and complex around us.
Well, basically in the Quran, the evidence is there. Allah showing us the evidence of the world.
Again,
as free.
I gave that to him. He
You're giving me
basically,
text.
I gave him the
You're giving me
evidence.
text.
That's how
Text is fine, but when I take that text from you, yeah, what do you have now? You're just a man in nature. That's all you
I'm
have.
giving him the logic that if there is the thing is that he's come from a subjective viewpoint.
That's right.
So
Like
if
me and you.
if your subjective viewpoint,
Yeah.
there's no point in making any claims about God or anything because it's just an opinion. It cannot be verified.
Like-
I gave him evidence of the
Okay.
Quran, why the Quran is divine, why the Prophet made prophecies, right?
Oh,
But he's rejecting that.
No, I'm not doing that.
He's saying that it's true, but he doesn't want to accept.
No, I'm not saying that.
Because he's saying-
I'm saying it's a belief system. That's all it is so far because it's not been verified. Allah's not been verified outside of the Quran. It hasn't been. That homework hasn't been done yet.
I've given you the evidences.
Where is the evidence?
Okay, that our existence is the evidence.
No, that your existence is evidence that your ancestors lived.
So
You are
the
evidence
universe
because-
we are organizing complex and we're having a conversation. Atoms and molecules cannot organize the human body because they are brain dead and they're not conscious.
What but atoms can make atoms?
We are
What?
an evidence that there's a creator, yes?
No.
Because
no.
my phone, it cannot pop into existence and organize itself
Earthly
without a
analogies
creator.
don't work.
Because now he's being, when it comes to a creator, you have to be consistent in your reasoning. Every day you use reasoning in your life, but when it comes to the creator, you become disconnected with your
Because
reasoning
it's
and you say,
outside
look,
of my intelligence. How can I tap
it's
into that
not,
frequency? I can't.
it's not. I don't need to see the one that created the phone to know that it's been
Phone
created.
is mere creation.
Okay, what's more complex, the phone or you?
We're both atoms. It's all atoms.
Okay, what is the more complex sequence of arrangement of atoms, you or the phone?
No, it's all the same atoms is in that phone. It's all atoms.
But answer the question, which is more complex arrangement
Yeah.
of atoms,
Yeah.
you or the phone?
Okay, the way you're paraphrasing it, I would say me.
Okay. Therefore, this is the evidence that you don't want to accept because you are following your desire. That you don't want to submit to the Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't want
Just
to.
your one.
Why? Is because we have, again, I've given you the evidences.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
But you want to, the Quran is saying, if you go to the Quran, I'll give you a verse, yeah, of the Quran so you can reflect over that, yes?
I have the Quran on my phone.
Bro, don't you think the creator should show us what's wrong and right?
Yeah, but then which creator? Your one.
Yeah, like, so
Because there's been many.
So I believe in the Quran because it shows through the Quran.
Belief, yeah, okay, cool,
through
no
the
problem.
prophecies, like what he was saying.
No
Yes,
problem.
because we have the evidence. Look, we're from
So you
different
see-
places
you-
of the,
you see
around
how
the
we
world,
said
yes?
killing's good and the other guy
Yeah,
said
yeah,
killing's
yeah.
bad.
But that exists.
but he
in the
doesn't-
That's what
yes.
we think.
Yeah.
But in the Quran, we believe that Allah's saying this is
Believe.
wrong.
See,
The
you
all
keep saying
wise,
believe.
but I give you the
And
evidence.
that's fine.
Okay, but you're not,
No,
you're not
but the
accepting
evidence.
it.
No. The
That's
evidence.
point.
What evidence? You haven't. The only evidence that I would concede. No, hold on.
I
wait,
want to
I'm being
conclude,
honest.
yeah?
I'm being honest. Hold on. The only evidence I would concede that you and I would say yes, his brother was right, is the prophecies of the Prophet peace be upon him, of predicting the outcome of predicting the future of UAE Dubai. Right? I'll give you that. That's a prophecy. That's fine.
So that's the evidence for you to submit.
No, it's evidence of a prophecy that has been fulfilled. Done, halas, I agree.
Okay,
No
then,
problem.
therefore, the rational conclusion is
No.
that this is a revelation. So you're being
No.
irrational. I'm sorry, look, I don't
Because
be
there's
harsh.
same prophecies in the Torah and the Bible.
Where did the Bible come from?
The Torah.
The Bible, Jesus says in the Bible that the disciples,
Yeah.
that I would return and the disciples will be here with me. That it will be when I come back, you guys will be here. Bible has many contradiction and errors. You cannot compare the Quran and the Bible. The Bible, the New Testament, we don't know who is Mark and Luke.
Yeah,
Mark.
that's fine. Yeah,
we don't know where it came from. The Bible is a book that says to kill babies. You would never follow a book that says to kill babies.
I don't even follow. I used to
Yeah.
when I was a kid Christian.
That's
but
why you
I
moved
grew
away
up-
from the
I
Bible.
moved
Yeah,
away.
right. The
Because
Quran doesn't say stuff like that.
I realized that my people, where I come from, we have a system older than Islam, older than Christianity. We were older than Adam
It
and
doesn't
Eve.
mean
All
something
this
is older.
had Adam and Hawa. We
It
weren't doing
doesn't
this.
mean the criteria is not if something is older or not. The criteria is if you can verify that. revelation.
Right, and that's why I told you
That-
I'm not in the right. I'm not telling you I'm 100%. We haven't verified it. It's just something we practice. Now, have you? When I look outside of my practice, no one else is verified. They're good either.
Okay, but I'll give you the evidence, but you failed to acknowledge. Anyway, let's go back because the thing is that when we
We'll go around in circles.
yeah,
You
I
know,
think it's
what is
but
the evidence you would want?
The evidence that I would want. That's a great question. Reveal yourself.
Because you know it is, bro.
That's all the evidence I
believe
need.
The evidence that he's saying, like the evidence of Earth and like in the Quran it says universe expanded, and no one would have known them times that the universe expanded.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Like as example, innit?
the thing is he's coming from a place of arrogance where he wants the creator of the universe. To show
what you're
himself.
saying, that's not enough. What would be
It would not be enough for him.
No.
What would be
Even in
enough?
Surah Ra, they says this as well.
That this entity reveals itself. That would be enough for me. The
And
reason,
that-
because there's so many entities out there. There's so many entity claims out there. There's so many.
But the
when you
thing
actually
is-
start to, because I've studied these things for a long time, and when you actually come out of your bubble, you realize that people have belief systems believing that they're right. They're not doing it because they just want to just denounce Allah. They're not. They actually believe that Jesus. They actually believe that Jesus is God, Yahweh is God, Brahman. They believe it, and they believe that they're actually right. So my evidence, my criteria for evidence is this entity reveal yourself to me, so I know
But
that's it. I don't
but
need
that's
to.
coming from a place of arrogance. Why? I tell you why. Because I tell you why, right? If I have a dog,
Yeah.
right? If I have a dog, I tell that dog to come towards me. Then, because that dog is a servant to me, yes. Same way is that when you're saying, "Na'udhu billah," that you're trying to say that you are the master. You have to you have to beg Allah for guidance. You have to follow His prophets and messengers. He does not reveal Himself to you. You are a mere mortal. And there's a pre-assumption that the creation can handle the glory of the creator as well, for him to enter the creation as well, right? Yes. So there's a pre-assumption that you have to find the creator. He doesn't find you. Is that if there's a creator of the universe that is powerful, almighty, all-knowing, right? You'd have to come from a very humble place. Very humble place where,
I don't think that's fair.
where I tell you why it's fair, right? Is that I know that this creator exists. I need guidance. I'm a limited human being. I need
Right.
guidance.
So reveal
I do
yourself
not know what's right and wrong.
Right.
The methodology that the creator has chosen, that's in line with his
That's a claim,
perfection
that's a claim.
and glory, is that I'm making this claim based upon objective evidence, which is the Quran, not my own mindset or my desire. Yes? Because why the Quran says something, why? It says in chapter 31,
Yeah.
right, verse 20, it says, "Do you not see that Allah has made subject to you whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and amply bestowed upon you His favors, both apparent and unapparent? But of the people is he who disputes about Allah without knowledge or guidance or an enlightening book from Him." So the Quran is talking about those.
Pretty much what I'm doing right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why this conversation becomes stagnant. Why? It's because when I'm talking about Allah, I'm not bringing my desire, because even in Surah Fussilat, Allah says, "Have you pondered over the one that makes his desire into a god?" Right? They are merely like cattle, right? They are just following their own desire, right? Even in Surah Ar-Ra'd, it says that even if they were ascending up towards the heavens, right? They would say that we have been dazzled, that magic has happened to us. So even if the sign came to you, you would not accept it, because
That's another claim.
there is something else. Why? Because the Quran is saying, "Inna fi khalaqis samawati wal arda," in the alternation of the day and the night. Yes, in the sailing of the ships, that this the sea and the bahar and the wind, this is a sign enough for the believers. For the believers, we have certainty in this by seeing the creation of Allah, by seeing the day and the night. The day does not overtake the night, and the night, it does not overtake the day.
If I was,
Yes,
if I,
this is enough for us. Yes, we don't just say it is pure. We will say as Muslims that we fear Allah. We fear Allah.
what's up?
The one that created the heaven and the earth is severe in punishment.
Yeah.
Yes, is that He has created a test. If you see Allah, right, there's no test, right? If you see the Creator, there will be no test. Atheists would not exist. Yes. So the test is that you have to find Allah. You have to. If there's a Creator, I know that this world around us, it cannot just pop into existence, and there's a Creator. Then I have to search for that Creator.
So you're saying,
through revelation.
no problem. You're saying our Creator created us so that we can find Him. That's what you're saying.
To search for the truth. That
What is-
why
what-
did
what-
He create
what-
us?
What is the objective behind that? That's like me giving birth.
A test.
Okay, why?
It's called the paradise.
Fine, no. Why must this be the test? Why must it be this? I give birth to a son and leave him in the wilderness, and I let him find his way back to me. Why must that be the test?
This is coming from. This is called.
This is what I'm saying.
This
you
is
only
called.
have this because of a book. That's why if I took the text from you again,
It is okay.
if I
Let me ask you
took
a question.
hold on. If I took the test from you, yeah, the text from you. You won't even have knowledge that this text even exists. You're only saying this because you have seen a book written by man and you believe that applies objectively
Just because,
to the
okay, number one, let me go. There's 2 points
not
there,
fair.
yeah, right? First and foremost,
That's
what was your first point? You made the first point. What were you saying?
What do you mean?
That this called egocentrism, yes? Egocentrism is that the creator has to come down to my limited mindset. You are a speck in this universe. You
I
wait,
want to see who
can I
created
finish?
you. Why is that such a bad
Okay,
thing?
the
Just
belief-
reveal yourself
because
to me. That's it.
because we Muslims believe that we will
Believe, I'm glad you believe.
see based upon evidence. My
No,
belief is based upon
no.
evidence. Let me finish my point,
Okay,
please. Yes,
go on.
that this is a reward for the believer. This is just not for every single person. That in paradise, that we will see Allah as a reward. But you want to gaze upon the Creator without validating yourself, then this is nonsensical. That you have to validate yourself as a true believer by following the revelation without seeing Allah, without seeing the prophets, without seeing the Prophet ﷺ, by following the Quran, the prophets, by revelation, and then we are tested in our faith. Yes. So this is coming from a place. It's called egocentrism. That you are an insignificant dot in the universe. You are a dot upon this earth, right? You cannot say that I want to see the magnificent creator of the universe. That's coming from a place of arrogance. That the creator
If that's
has.
what you call it, that's fine.
Okay, sure. Let me.
That's-
Point,
I'm okay
right?
with that, if you call
That
it that.
the creator has to come down to your limitation and think like you. That why. That
But then
you're trying. Wait.
All I've got is this.
Okay, sure.
I can't use my elbows logic.
Okay, sure.
Look.
Yes.
If Allah is real, He gave me this thinking.
And that logic would
This is all I
dictate.
have.
Okay, yes, logic would dictate that I'm a limited mind.
Right.
I do not have
Just like you and
complete
me,
knowledge.
me
Yes,
and you, me and you.
I am. Me and you are limited. Everyone
Right.
has a limited mind.
Right.
Yes. Okay. That.
So great. I want to stop there. Yeah.
no, wait.
So me and you have a limited mind. Could you be wrong about something that is unlimited?
I'm
you be
saying
wrong?
the Quran.
You see what I'm saying?
So I'm saying.
You know, I believe
I
you
cannot
got,
be wrong.
I saw in your
Right.
eyes.
No.
I know you know what I was saying.
No.
Could you be wrong? Can a limited mind be wrong about something that is unlimited?
Subjectively, yes.
Thank you. Now,
I'm not coming from a
I love that you said
subjective.
that.
I'm
Now-
coming from revelation.
No. Now
Yes.
that you said that, you could be wrong. Could Islam
No.
be wrong?
No. Why?
I've got the arrogance.
Why is because I'm not. I'm not telling you. The thing is, arrogance is coming from a subjective viewpoint based upon desire.
No,
that-
no,
wait,
that's not the, is that the
let me
definition of
finish.
arrogance? That's not the definition.
Arrogance is that you think that you know. Wait, can I
Without
finish?
knowledge,
Right?
yeah.
Right? Is that you can speak on behalf of the Creator. That is arrogance.
No, the definition of arrogance is speaking on something you have no knowledge of, but asserting it to be true.
And
That's
this is
arrogance.
what the Quran is saying. Where we're going to go
We've
around in
not
circles.
verified Islam
Is that
is true,
okay?
but you're asserting
I've given
that's
you the
arrogance.
evidence. But the thing is that we go around in circles.
Yeah,
is that
that's what
I've given
we're
you the
meant to do.
evidence. Is that if the Quran is divine? Why is number one, the Quran prophesies the future. It's been preserved.
Like
The Bible. I told you, we don't know where it came from. Do your research?
But there are prophecies that
it
have
says
been
about a
fulfilled, no?
Trinity. Okay, the Bible.
Wait, okay,
The
be
New
honest, be
Testament.
honest. Has there been prophecies from the Bible that's been fulfilled and the Torah? Has there been fulfilled?
Which
Not
ones?
all. There'll be war. There'll be war and pestilence in the future. Jesus that prophesies. Has that happened? Is that happening today?
The
You see what's
point
happening
being
right now, right?
is that we would say that Jesus is a prophet.
Yeah.
He was given a revelation, and Moses. There is some truth in the Bible.
Great.
But then you're saying, but then you're saying that there again. But you have to agree that there has to be revelation from the Creator Himself for you to understand who the Creator is.
Has to. Who's making that has to?
You cannot pick
Who
and
says has
choose. It's because you cannot get to the Creator by yourself.
Which Creator?
That is
Your one.
that is arrogance. You have to go through the religion. You have to go through a religion. You have to go through a revelation. Yes, I've given you the evidences, but you've already come
Give
to a
me
point.
evidence of prophecy, and I've accepted it. You are right.
What is the
in
evidence?
prophecy. But you've not given me a prophecy that reveals the entity, this unlimited entity.
Bro,
You subscribe
are
to.
going in circles. He needs to see God, basically.
But the thing is, yeah, that's
That's a
it.
fair
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
fair
So,
thing.
so that is.
Why is that? Why is that arrogance to see the creator? You brought me here. Why is that arrogance that I want to see you? I have a lust to see you. Why is that arrogance?
But it's a pre-assumption
Yeah.
that you are worthy of seeing the Creator. Secondly, that you have that you have rejected His prophets and messengers, and the signs around you are not enough. This is arrogance because you're bringing, or you have your own criteria that is based upon your desire.
Right, because that's what I have here. That's
Okay,
all I
yeah,
have.
okay, sure.
So I believe because of the science, I don't reject the idea of an entity. I don't reject it. Because as you said, the summer, winter, it's too perfect, day and night. It's
Yeah,
too perfect. It's been happening for millions of years. So for me, that denotes that there could be an entity.
So,
But
so you're not even sure.
I'm not arrogant enough to say that it is. I'm not saying that because it's not being revealed to me. There are books with many claims. That's fine. I can't disprove or prove them. I don't have the power to do that. Again, we agreed that we're both limited. So that's why I have the Quran on my phone, the Torah, the Bible, and many other books. I read them, but I'm not telling you that I'm going to 100% subscribe to them. It's just
But
arrogant to do that.
You have to, okay, what I'll say to you, just to conclude, right,
Yeah.
is that you cannot have your own criteria. Allah is the creator, is the one that created everything. He sets the criteria. The Quran is saying that this world around you is enough evidence. We believe in Allah. We believe in Allah without seeing Him. This is the believer. The believer as a Muslim is number one. The Quran is the evidence for us. Reasoning is evidence for us. The Quran, the Hadith, and the Prophet ﷺ is an evidence for us. Yes. So we don't go around saying that I want to see the Creator. That is absolute arrogance.
That's fair for me.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So as we conclude, I will say to you, look into Islam.
I do.
Yes, and compare it to the Bible, right? Find that the Quran is compelling in its evidence.
I don't subscribe to any Abrahamic religion.
So what happens after you die then?
That's what we're yet to find out. We don't
Okay,
know.
therefore you would never know.
I'll know when I die, right?
Yes, and then there'll be hellfire for you.
That's your claim. That's fine.
There you go, bro. There'll be hellfire for you, man.
No, but these things, it don't really
Have
worry
the-
me because it's also a claim. You've
Yeah,
not even
I should
seen
be
hellfire.
very-
Have
very
you seen
worried.
hellfire? Have you seen it?
The Prophet ﷺ,
No, yeah, no.
the Prophet ﷺ informed us about hellfire, right? The Quran, Allah Himself informed us about the hellfire, where the disbeliever.
I'll ask you to be mortal. Please be mortal with me just for a second, right? Just put the text here.
Maybe go around in circles, but you're just speaking without
You're saying
guidance.
I'll go to hellfire.
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
Have you seen hellfire? Have you seen it?
I have revelation and the Quran
See,
and the
text.
Prophet Muhammad
I've already put the text here.
that I can verify. Where whatever I say to you, you're not going to accept because you're worshipping your own desire. You're picking, choosing your morality, which is the worshiping your own
Right,
desire.
because morality changes all the time. I
You're
don't have
saying-
the finite way of morality. I don't have it.
Yes,
So my
so
morality can change tomorrow. You know that, right?
Yes.
I can
There
even
you
be
go.
Muslim tomorrow.
Okay.
I could be Muslim. I could be Christian tomorrow. I could be atheist tomorrow. I don't know. My morality, which
you're not searching for the
I'm
truth.
humble enough to tell you that I could be Muslim tomorrow.
Okay, then it's
I
then.
could be a Christian tomorrow because my finite morality could change. It always changes. When I was 15, there was things that I don't apply to today as a 29-year-old
So,
man.
so that's
it
desire,
changes.
yes. So that's desire. I follow Quran and Sunnah. I believe Allah is the most wise. He's all knowing.
Believe,
Yes.
I'm glad you use the word. You're using believe.
I know Allah is the all wise. Allah,
Hate
based
it.
upon the evidence of the Quran. Yes, our belief. I haven't seen Allah. I haven't seen hellfire. Haven't seen the angels.
yeah.
I haven't. Allah promises about a day of judgment.
Yeah.
But the Quran, if it can be verified that it's
Yeah.
the Quran has been verified. I
No,
give
it
you the
hasn't,
evidences, but you're too arrogant
The
to
truth is
accept it.
coming out of your mouth. But then when I
I've said
highlight
to
what you said, you change
but
it again.
you're rejecting it. I've given you the evidences, right? But even
Prophecy, yes,
if
you did. Yes.
even if you was ascending to heaven, okay, and you saw that
Say
you was
that again,
ascending,
even if I was
even
what,
if you, the Quran says even if you was ascending towards heaven, that would not be enough for you. That would not be enough for you because you're following your desire. You just want your own criteria, and that can never ever be fulfilled because that's coming from a place of arrogance We Muslims believe in Allah without seeing Him. We accept the Quran based upon the evidence which I've given you, and we're going around in circles.
Yeah.
And you are worshipping your own desire, right?
Like you.
Oh, no, I'm not.
You are.
I pray
Because
5 times a day in
that's
submission.
Your desire is to follow Islam. That's your desire.
No, based upon the evidence. I'm not following it because me.
You don't follow
I
it because
cannot.
he wants to follow.
I cannot. I cannot touch a woman. I cannot touch a
You have to make a
woman.
decision to follow Islam. Yes. You've made a decision to follow Islam.
I
right?
pray 5 times a day whether I like it or
That's
not.
your desire.
I don't eat pork whether I like it or not. He's Muslim. I'm Muslim. We don't follow Islam because it makes sense.
But you do have the right to leave Islam.
Yes. Yes, you can leave
Yeah,
Islam.
you have
You're
right
not
to
believing
apostate.
it.
Yeah,
Then you go
that's
to
what I'm saying.
hellfire.
So
Yes.
that's
But the
that's
point that I'm
it.
making is that we follow Islam once we can verify the text. Yes, we follow Islam
haven't done so.
not based upon our logic and reasoning that we don't eat pork. We don't eat pork because Allah told us, and Allah is the all-knowing and all-wise. That's why we follow it. We give zakat because Allah told us. Yes, we fast in Ramadan because it pleases Allah. We do things to please Allah because He taught us what is good for us and bad for us. Yes. Right, but you coming from a subjective viewpoint, you cannot ground your
yours is
morals.
also
That's it.
subjective.
Okay. I've given you the
He's trying to
evidences.
say we do it for the sake of Allah. We don't do it because we want to do it. We do it for Allah.
Yes.
Yeah, but it is your
So
desire
remember the
to
point.
follow Islam because it makes
How
sense
does the
to you.
Prophet Muhammad
Islam
sallallahu
makes
alaihi wasallam know the
sense to you, yes?
future?
It makes sense to follow it. So that is your desire to follow this doctrine. That's your desire. The same way it's my desire to follow my
Our-
African spiritualism. That's what we do.
But
we're both doing that.
you have absolutely no proof of that.
Like you.
How does the Prophet
No, no,
Muhammad
hold on,
sallallahu alaihi wasallam
hold on,
know?
hold
Okay, how does the
You
Prophet
have
sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
proof
Wait. Yes,
of
yes.
Allah only. Just
How
Allah.
does the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam know that the barefooted Bedouin desert dwellers
I accept it.
would keep? If you're accepting it, the most smart and rational conclusion would be is to accept Islam, because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam cannot know this. He cannot know the barefooted Bedouin desert dwellers that they will compete in building tall buildings. Now the Quran, he's saying I'm a prophet. He's saying that if you don't accept my message, you go to the hellfire. He's saying that I've come for the whole of mankind, right? The Quran is saying He's come for the whole of mankind. Yes? And now the Quran is saying many things. It's saying that the Persians, that the Romans would defeat the Persians in a 3 to 9 year period. Yes? In a 3 to 9 year period, that the Romans would defeat the Persians, yes? Right? And this actually occurred. Right? In 624 CE, the Romans defeated the Persians, yes? Right? This actually occurred. But the Quran makes a distinct prophecy about the future, and it came true. Yes? The pagan Arabs were laughing. Oh, how can the Romans that have been decimated by the Persians, and Hublus has taken over Antioch, Egypt, whatever, right? They had many losses, right? How can Heraclius, how can the Quran make such a prophecy? It is wrong. It has to be wrong, right? It has to be wrong.
Also prophecies.
It has
All
to be
Abrahamic
wrong,
books. They're prophecies
right?
there
The
too.
Bible has false prophecies inside.
But
of
you
it.
said there's truth in there.
Okay,
You made
but
that uncommon. Please don't change that.
that is only for Jesus says, I've only come for the lost sheep of Israel. Jesus says, I have more to say to you, but you cannot bear them now. Yes. So Jesus is in the Quran, but the revelation given to him was only for those people at that time period. Now you have to follow Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Quran. Why? Because this is the final revelation. Yes, and the Quran is a miracle. If you don't follow the Quran, there is a hellfire. Yes, right.
The Bible's saying the same thing. The
How-
Bible's saying if I don't follow Jesus, I don't accept to be my savior,
Okay,
I'm going to hell.
so that
The
is
Jews say
their
the same thing.
claim.
Everyone's got claims. At the end of the day, I've done so many studies into all religions.
Okay, but-
We're all making
Yeah, but
claims
then you're saying-
about
okay.
things you already admitted on camera right here. We've got all the tapes. Can't go
Yeah,
back.
yeah, no, I can't go back.
Yeah, you can't go
Yeah.
back. You said you haven't seen hellfire. You haven't seen it. It's come from the text.
But
That's
what
I'm
was my
saying.
answer?
I took the
I'm the
text.
president of America. Will you believe?
If you make that statement, that's your statement.
Yeah. So you won't believe?
Yeah.
No,
So
but
you study.
if you say that-
yeah,
Okay.
study. There has to be evidence for what you're saying, right? So we
Right, right.
so we have evidence for Quran and Sunnah. We don't just follow
you
our
have evidence
desire.
of
Yeah?
prophecy. You don't have evidence
Okay,
of
so-
Allah. That's what I
Come
want.
on,
That's the
man.
main thing.
I think, look, you're coming from a place of arrogance, I'll say to you.
Why is it arrogance
I'll be
to
honest
assert
with you,
that
that's
I don't
it.
know if this, that's not arrogance. That's
If you don't
being
know, then don't
humble.
speak.
But you
If you
know.
don't know, I know, that's why I'm speaking.
Okay, do you know? Okay, now
I know.
let's take away the text. Show me.
In-
give me
in-
proof of Allah. Just give me proof.
Okay.
We'll go do
Okay, we go.
dua
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay. I'll give evidence.
Just give me proof
Proof is.
of Allah. That's it.
I'll give you
Outside
the.
of
Okay.
text,
Okay.
please.
I've given you evidence before, but you're not willing to accept
You
it.
give me evidence of prophecy. We're gonna go. We're gonna keep
Okay.
going round and round. And round.
Allah is one. Allah is one.
No problem. No
قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Allah is one, uniquely one. Right? One without a second.
Tell him how the birth comes.
I've got my. I've got
How
my
the birth is. How the birth. It's written in the Quran. Before they.
نطفة ثم السلام.
Akhi, if he said he has to see Allah,
yeah.
How does
in the Quran it says
the world became?
متكبرين, you know,
Yes, yes.
they want to go Jahannam. Yeah, this is what it's saying. Yes.
Tell him even ظلم الشرون في أدنى الأرض.
I told him this. I told him this. I told him everything. But he's saying, I want to see Allah.
I know.
نعوذ
this.
بالله.
I know.
Yeah.
I've studied it. I've
Then
studied
this is
the book.
Jahannam khalidina fiha abada. This is what the people of Jahannam will say. Yes? Okay.
Again, I'll tell you, I don't know. I wasn't there. So I can only tell you what I know.
But you want to
That's
speak
it.
to him?
I don't guess and say Allah. It's a
speak to
guess. Yes.
I'm not knowledgeable, but I'm just trying to give him down.
I'm not
Basically.
I believe.
Like if someone's arrogant, I can't do anything, man.
But
If
I
someone
don't
says
know.
I don't believe it,
You understand?
I want
believe
to.
it, but I don't know for sure. Like, I know my mother.
Do you know that you
I don't need
exist?
to believe in my mother, do I? Like you know your mother and father exist. You know it, yeah? You don't need to believe. You know. I don't know that Allah exists. I believe it,
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi
but I
raji'un.
don't know. I'm just being honest.
So you
But
think
you're
that
gonna
he
lie and say you
but
know
that
it
you're
exists, and you haven't
contradicting
seen it.
yourself. You know that he exists, but I don't know. That's a contradiction. If you know something, then that comes from knowledge.
And
Knowing comes from knowledge, yes.
There's too many faiths in the world. No. I need Allah to reveal Himself to me. And
Anyway, alhamdulillah.
I swear to you, I'll go to a
You know,
message with you next time.
alhamdulillah, this person, alhamdulillah, you know, he's saying he wants to see,
himself
see
I'll go
Allah.
to the masjid.
So he's saying
Pick
that
anyone,
he
I'll
wants
go.
to see Allah, and this is a place of arrogance. It means that if you present him with all the evidences, he would not accept because he has a nafsi evidence. That nafsi evidence is based upon desire. And hawa, that he wants to see Allah Azza wa Jal, and this is a place of arrogance. Therefore, you cannot convince someone. Give me all the evidences and these things. He said morality is subjective. That therefore there's no morality. Yeah, alhamdulillah, may Allah accept, may Allah forgive us for our shortcomings. Ameen. May Allah Azza wa Jal guide us and guide us all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
بارك الله فيك.